Many people operate on a 14 or 15-hour daily loop, hitting every professional milestone expected of them. Yet at the end of that cycle, there is often a lingering emptiness, a quiet exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to fix. Effort alone does not guarantee a destination. Without a clear internal connection to the work, even the most intense labor acts like a treadmill, consuming enormous energy while keeping the person in the exact same place. Dr. Yuvesh Kumar Singh's journey began in Varanasi, India, a city defined by spiritual depth and a tradition of perseverance. Educated in a Hindi medium school, he treated the English language as a barrier to be dismantled. He studied relentlessly until he earned a position at Wipro, marking his entry into the global tech industry. The climb continued in the United States. He balanced a full-time job with 18-hour study days to earn his master's degree in computer science at Cal State LA. By any external metric, Yuvesh had succeeded. He held a six-figure salary and a leadership role in a major multinational. But because his internal focus remained ignored, he was accelerating toward a complete systemic collapse. In 2015, the pressure reached a breaking point. His marriage collapsed, and he was separated from his newborn daughter only a day after she was born. 2 weeks later, the emotional trauma triggered a physical catastrophe. At age 32, Yuvesh suffered a massive brain stroke. It paralyzed the right side of his body and instantly stole his ability to communicate. A man who once directed global projects was suddenly unable to hold a spoon or whisper a complete sentence. While physically broken, he was forced into a years-long marathon of legal battles. He spent his days in crowded family courts, struggling to maintain his dignity while his body and mind were at their weakest. This total collapse served as a forced intervention, halting his progress down a path that had become entirely unsustainable. Lying in a hospital bed, Yuvesh recognized that surviving the stroke was only the first step. To truly recover, he had to rebuild his life from the foundation up. He began with the mirror practice. Every morning, he looked at his broken reflection and whispered, "I love you," forcing himself to practice the self-forgiveness necessary to start the healing process. He replaced the question, "Why me?" with radical gratitude, focusing on the few lifelines he had left, the loyalty of his family, and the simple gift of his next breath. During the panic of court hearings, he used the 5-5-5 breathing method to reset his nervous system. Inhaling, holding, and exhaling for 5 seconds each forced his body out of a state of chronic stress. He utilized salt baths and time in nature to shed the invisible weight of his legal battles, allowing the physical world to absorb the heaviness of his trauma. These habits provided the essential repairs needed to reconstruct a shattered identity and prepare for a return to the world. Yuvesh views life through the mechanics of a vehicle. The chassis is alignment, the steering wheel is clarity, and the accelerator is consistency. Failures happen when people push the accelerator while steering in the wrong direction. High consistency without clarity guarantees a faster collision. He used a goal book to fix his steering, writing 3 to 5 daily goals to rewire his subconscious mind and ensure every ounce of effort moved him toward his actual destination. Before increasing your pace, you must first ensure your steering is set to the right destination. The paralysis eventually gave way to a new level of physical resilience. Yuvesh trained his body to run 15-kilometer trail marathons, turning each race into a public declaration of his recovery. This resilience carried over into his career. He returned to leadership, managing teams of over 150 professionals and driving high-level digital transformation. He continued his intellectual growth, earning postgraduate management credentials from Harvard University to complement his global experience. He found his ultimate purpose in becoming a guide for others, prioritizing inner peace and clarity over the external awards and salaries he had once chased. Persistent stagnation is often a symptom of effort being disconnected from purpose. Yuvesh developed the Clarity Path mentorship to provide others with the roadmap he had to build from scratch, helping people resolve their internal friction before it leads to a collapse. You can start this process immediately by adopting the survival habits: face the mirror, regulate your breath, and define your daily goals. A total breakdown provides the necessary ground to build a more intentional life. Every collapse is an opportunity to rise again. Alignment is destiny.